虽然今年2026年是我们举办加拿大办事处的40周年，我们加拿大跟台湾的关系并不是40年前开始的，很多台湾人知道是马街，他很早已经到台湾来，然后他是加拿大人，很多人可能不太清楚他是从加拿大来。Obviously, the Canada-Taiwan ties go a lot further back than 1986 when we established the Canadian Trade Office in Taipei. George Leslie Mackay was an important contributor to early understanding and early ties between Canada and Taiwan. But to talk about that early phase before we had a Canadian Trade Office in the late 1970s, early 1980s, there were more and more Canadians coming to Taiwan. And some of those Canadians were representing some private businesses or just individuals. And they heard of times that Canadians needed help here, consular assistance. So they were actually the ones who kind of wrote to the government of Canada and pushed them and said, you need to have somebody to take care of your Canadians here. If something goes wrong, they're going to need help. And say the bank manager from Scotiabank is not the right person to have to take care of their consular questions. So they got together and they had a bit of a campaign. And some of those Canadians who were here in the 1980s are still here today. But they petitioned the government of Canada, and eventually we started out with an office with 3 people. Very small, quite focused on consular support in case of emergencies, but also advancing our trade and investment ties. And that has really grown to much more of a formal office today. There was a period of time when I worked here 20 plus years ago, when our education linkages were hitting a real high point. We were seen as a very good place for education abroad and for immigration. And so we had a large immigration section. Taiwanese people, when they visited Canada, needed a visa at the time. They no longer do. But we had a busy immigration section. And you come forward to today in 2026, and you see that we have kind of a full service office with 53 employees altogether. And we focus on, a lot of things that we do throughout the Indo-Pacific. And the Indo-Pacific strategy kind of sets the tone for us throughout the whole region. So we look at regional issues, and we engage with Taiwan on those regional questions as well. We enjoy a number of high-level visits from Canada. We help organize those, and Taiwanese visits to Canada. We continue to promote trade and investment. The science and technology cooperation is still really important, and the people-to-people ties that we're here to support. The thing that anchors what we do with Taiwan are our shared values, our economic complementarity, and we're having a kind of a more strategic relationship than ever. In 2024, we joined the Global Cooperation and Training Forum, and really proud to say that we delivered our second workshop as a co-organizer last week. And it's quite an interesting engagement where we can offer to Taiwan some experience that Canada has had and learn from the experience of Taiwan and from the other partners in GCTF. So that's been really a rewarding area to get into. And of course, in terms of our 40th anniversary, all of the events that are taking place this year have that 40th anniversary kind of special aspect. And just on the weekend when we had Celebration Canada, we were a partner with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. And despite the rain, people really had a good time, and I think they enjoyed that. So for the rest of the year, there will be, in the fall, a Terry Fox run, a Maple Ball towards the end of the year, and I'm sure the Chamber will have a number of other events, and we will also be mentioning our 40th anniversary at everything that we do. 大家好，加拿大正在主办世界杯，邀请台湾朋友们一起关注比赛，为加拿大队加油！